I'm telling you, I don't know how she survived it. It's a miracle dog.
Of the numerous animals separated from their homes following the tornado, many have been reunited, but there are still some in need of adoption. We'll show you the animal impact from May 20th, and later.
Thank you doesn't seem like enough, but it's really all that can be said it sometimes.
And it's on the lips of nearly everyone who was impacted by the May 20th tornado. Take a closer look at the outpouring of help and the hearts full of thanks from so many more citizens. It's all coming up right after this. Debris removal has made steady progress since the May 20th tornado. According to city officials, nearly 118,000 tons of rubble and debris have been hauled away. If you still have debris to remove, the final deadline for city assistance is August 15th. On that date, crews will begin their final sweep of the city. Residents needing debris removal assistance should contact the Moore Community Development Department before August 15th to make arrangements. Their number is 793-5053.
My cat, listen, my cat.
Ah, he's alive.
Oh my gosh.
Ah, the cat's alive.
This was a common scene throughout Moore in the hours following the May 20th tornado.
That's crazy. Come on. Puma.
This little kitten definitely had 9 lives and emerged from the rubble of a completely destroyed home without much more than a scratch.
This is the rescued dog. This is Bella.
It seems some dogs had 9 lives as well.
I don't know how she survived. They found her crate and it was shattered. And we just knew that there was nothing, but I kept hearing her bark.
When Bella was found in the rubble, it's hard to say who was happier, the trapped dog or his owners.
Yeah. Childhood friends of our son were already over here digging for her because they knew that she was here by herself. And when we heard her barking, they just started throwing stuff, trying to get down into a hole where she was. And she was just down, tucked into this one little spot that didn't cave in.
Rub his tummy, Mama.
For animals that survived the trauma of the tornado, tummy rubs like this were much appreciated. For many, as soon as human family members were accounted for, the extended family of animal companions became high priority.
Yeah, these were the last 2 family members that we were after with our 2 Chihuahuas. They were in a kennel inside the house, and they survived all night inside the kennel. They're not injured in any way. They're a little scared and a little shook up and a little cold right now. But everybody made it through great.
Duke, Molly, and Annabelle. For Duke, Molly, and Annabelle, thanks be to God.
This memorial service, organized by St. Andrew's Catholic Church, paid tribute to the many animals that weren't as lucky and perished in the storm. One animal, a schnauzer named Fred, survived for many days at a local animal hospital before finally succumbing to his injuries.
He had become sort of a symbol of hope for a lot of people. It made it even that much more of a tragedy when we couldn't get him through it completely.
And then there are the many animals that survived the storm but were lost in the aftermath and couldn't find their owners.
For about the week afterwards, we were pretty much just in direct recovery mode, disaster recovery. So we were just getting calls of animals still being pulled out of rubble and situations like that, animals still running stray. So recovery efforts, there was probably around 1,000 or better calls of animals that were needing help.
Gayla and the staff at the Moore Animal Shelter had to perform emergency surgery on many animals, like this rabbit found in the debris.
We do have a rabbit that had to have surgery and have its foot amputated. So that little bunny is up for adoption as well.
Of the 1,000 or so animals they treated and sought to reunite with their owners, fortunately only about 10 are still homeless. The shelter is now hoping they'll be adopted, along with the many other animals they are currently housing. The summer months are usually their busiest time of year, even without a tornado.
This is George, And he is a bulldog beagle mix. As you can see, his tail is constantly wagging.
The shelter is planning to ramp up more adoption events like the one you see here, where the public can get a good look at the many animals still waiting for a home. To keep up with the greater numbers, there's currently a greater need for volunteers.
We really need help with helping to walk the animals, especially of the morning. Afternoon walks are great as well. So we really do need a lot of help with still directly with animal work here at the shelter, and adoption events as well.
If you'd like to volunteer at the Moore Animal Shelter or are interested in adopting an animal, simply swing by their location at 3900 South I-35 Service Road, right next to the water treatment plant. You can also fill out an animal advocate form or find listings of available animals online at cityofmoore.com. Look for Animal Welfare under the Departments tab on the home page. You're also welcome to give them a call at 793-5190. For those tornado survivors reunited with their owners, life is good. By adopting or volunteering at the animal shelter, you can help many more dogs and cats find that kind of security and a loving home. Despite the May 20th tornado, construction is full steam ahead on the new Public Safety Center at Main and Broadway in Old Town Moore. The completion date was set back slightly due to the disaster, but not by much. Residents can expect to see the facility in a completed form in early to mid-November. Currently, interior work is underway and cement for the parking lot areas, but as you can see, the exterior is nearly finished. When complete, the facility will house the Moore Police Department, the Moore Emergency Management Center, and the municipal courts. Watch Channel 20 for more about this and future municipal construction projects taking place in the city of Moore. In the days following the May 20th tornado, something remarkable happened. Money, supplies, volunteers, and love poured into Moore with an intensity no one could have predicted.
We were watching the news one night, we were at work, and we saw what was happening down here. And we kind of said, you know what, our friends and family got support in Newtown and Sandy Hook after the tragedy, and we said we should do something. And we said, instead of just saying it, let's do it.
These men, some of whom lost children of their own in the tragedy at Sandy Hook Elementary, dropped everything, loaded up supplies, and made the long trip to Oklahoma, as did people from everywhere. This group came from Illinois to help clean our parks.
When there was a call, you should meet it. If you got the ability and the time and the resources, then meet that call. I mean, we can all sit in our homes and say, well, I wish I could be. Well, forget the wish. Get on your feet and get to moving.
Thank you doesn't seem like enough, but it's really all that can be said it sometimes. But thank you to them and all the thousands of people who volunteered, not only at the cemetery and our parks and rights of way and public buildings, but just helping the neighbors, our friends, our family. Thank you to them for all the work that they've done and will do this summer and in the days and weeks and months ahead.
I don't think any one person can know the gravity and the amount of donations. It's so extraordinary and it's so amazing, and it's unfortunate that not everybody knows everything that's been donated, and I wish that I did. It goes from obviously food and money and pet supplies, quilts, clothing, just basic needs, necessities, to gift cards.
And gift cards came by the boxful from Flower Mound, Texas.
There comes a point where you can't bring any more water. You can't bring, there's no place to put anything. So our mayor called up here and talked to one of the people in the town, and gift cards were suggested. So basically what happened is we got on Facebook, the town got on Facebook. we all got on Facebook, we all just paid it forward, and we spent 3 days collecting gift cards from our residents to bring up here to Moore, Oklahoma for your residents.
I just think it's awesome for all the people that's come in from out of state to come and help. We've seen so many groups coming through, and it's amazing. I mean, the outpouring of love and help has just been amazing.
Well, it's overwhelming. Even working at City Hall and part of the church that I attend, just the outpouring of love and just the way people come together, it's amazing and it's overwhelming.
And then there are the volunteers from right here in Moore, stepping up to help their fellow citizens in a time of need.
Moore has just been a crazy thing to see neighbors just gather and work together. No one really had a plan. None of us were professionals. We had no idea what we were doing, but it was just an effort of neighbors and friends and people here in this community, churches, local organizations, groups that just came together and said, what's it going to take for us to put back together the town that we live in, and where do we start? And it just built and built and built, and using social media, just people from all over the nation heard about it, and they came and joined us.
I'm thankful for our community. They pull together in times of great need.
Despite the fact that you don't like it.
Yeah, if you know that no matter what, if you need something, your neighbor's going to help you.
I'm most thankful for our whole community coming together as a family in a time of need.
And that coming together impacted nearly every aspect of city operations.
The amount of cleanup helped us tremendously. If we wouldn't have had all the volunteers cleaning up the huge mess, on the streets. We had volunteers the next day cleaning up our police department, was covered with debris. All of that stuff is just things that we couldn't have done, and we couldn't have gotten it open near as quickly as we did without those volunteers.
The people that we'd like to thank the most are just the ones that have shown up day after day to come and just really tirelessly work to rebuild the city and to clean up. We have so many people that are from around the country, but also just a lot of people that live here. And so while we've been able to kind of lock arms with people that we share a nation with, it's been really fun to see people that say, we're here because this is our community and this is our town and we want to see it put back together.
I would thank them as a mom, and I would thank them as a neighbor, and I would thank them as a citizen. I would thank them big time as a city official, but they don't need my thanks.
In fact, this is all creating a growing desire in Moore to pay forward the generosity, kindness, and love that was so generously shown to us.
Our willingness and our desire to give back is so strong right now, and so if the pay it forward is in motion, then somebody else is going to reap the benefit of our gratitude and our gratefulness to everyone.